very tired. Like,
Oh,
extremely. But it's okay. I'm in a good mood now. We've been talking for like half an hour. The greatest game ever is coming out. Well, sometime.
say
What do you mean, say it? The
it. Say
Olympic
it.
Games,
Yes,
the Tokyo one it's currently on pre-order. It has no release date, but the London 2012 games on Xbox 360 is amazing.
it is fun.
So I'm in a good mood. I'm in a great mood. I just
But
burped directly into the microphone. Holy fuck.
nice. We're at that point now. We're at that point where we're comfortable enough to just vomit on our microphones and
Oh,
continue on.
wow. I mean, I've been doing this for like nearly 2 years. I should be comfortable at this stage.
That is true.
Yeah, but I just burp. I never do that. It must be the tiredness.
It is. I think it is. Not professional today.
Get wrecked. How's you?
How's me?
How is you?
Well, this is going great. Me is good. Yeah, nah,
Wow, riveting. Thanks for that. Great update.
yes, it's the same every week. No, I think my spirit's been lifted now that I know about the Olympic Games too.
Oh, don't act like you're on that bandwagon now.
I'm not.
You were like giving
It
me
was
grief
such a
just
lie.
before. You
No.
fucking love that game. Me and you play that all the time, and you're
Yes,
just
the
like,
game is fun. It's fun in the way that it's stupid.
it's kind of ironically fun,
Yeah,
but it's still fun. High
It is.
jump. Oh, what a nightmare high jump is. Oh my god, the amount of times I just botched the shit out of that.
I always wanted that.
You
I
wanted?
think.
What did you want? Dude,
No, I
wanted to,
won.
oh, one. I thought you said you always wanted that. I'm like, what are you
I always
wanting?
always wanted a high jump.
I always wanted it.
Uh,
Do you know the way? Do you know that?
oh,
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 do you know
mean.
that? That's
Let
like
us
a
die.
that's like a classic meme. That one.
It
Jeez.
is.
Showing my age, is it? I'm 25 this year. Everybody, it's I don't know.
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, you're younger than me. Oh, those kids. You darn kids, eh? Get off my fucking property, mate. What are we doing today? I can't
Oh
remember.
man, I can't remember. Oh, we're talking about the PS5.
Are we? All right. Well, by the time that
We
comes
are.
out, I might be fucking in a funeral home
That's
dying by then. In a funeral home dying. I'd be dead
wicked.
if I was in a
I
funeral
love
home.
funeral homes.
But I would be dead if I was in a funeral home, unless I'm
I don't think
attending
there
a
are
funeral.
homes. You'd be in a casket.
Dead and buried. But when's this thing? I don't know. I'm trying to transition into that, but that didn't really work. This is going to be a shitstorm of an episode.
Yes.
I'm fully yeah. Do you know what? I've got my camera on at the moment and I'm looking at myself and all I can notice, and I've made this very clear and stated before that it makes me very angry.
You have a big head.
Well, yeah. Fuck you. You know this. I cannot grow my mustache in the middle, and it's very like I'm staring at it at the moment.
Just color it in. Get a Sharpie.
Get a
and
Sharpie
just
and
color it in.
Why doesn't it grow in the middle?
I don't know. Defect. I can't do it either. I can't grow mine in the middle.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It
takes a lot longer for you to grow a beard than I
Cupid's
do.
bow, I think it is. Or arrow, whatever the fuck it is.
Cupid's arrow. That's about love.
No. That's what that middle part is on your lip.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's called something like that. I think it's the bow.
Okay.
Cupid's bow.
I
That
didn't
like
know
dip
that.
that's in your lip.
Yeah. Is that what that's called?
Yeah,
Alright.
I think it's something like that. It's Cupid's something. It's either his bow or his arrow. Either way, he lost one of them and it ended up on your face.
Why
And
can't I grow hair in the middle of my face? I can grow a pretty thick beard.
Yeah, and then there's that one white gap right in the middle.
Doesn't take me very long, and then I just it's right in the middle, and I can't grow it. And then even if I wanted to shave the rest of my face, I'd have this fucking dodgy little like mustache.
So your problem is different to mine because I have like blonde facial hair. You have dark, so yours is noticeable.
Yours is like, it looks patchy as fuck because it's blonde and it's so light, but it's not.
Yeah.
But I don't know why we're talking about this now, but whatever.
PS5
beards.
Can't grow a beard.
We're men. I guess I won't discriminate. Some women can grow a beard.
Better than me.
If women want to grow a beard, be my guest. I like a nice lady with a strong beard.
What is happening?
I don't know.
PS5.
5 minutes in, and this is just like the train has left the station, but it's also left the earth. And hey, Giddy's here.
Track somewhere.
Gid's here. You can't see her, everybody, but Giddy's here to steal the show.
No, Giddy is my enemy.
Enemy. They are enemies. Everybody, here's a little bit of a fun story before we get into the PlayStation 5. My cat wants Ryan to die.
Which is so weird because our history is that she used to absolutely love me.
When I first met Ryan, Giddy didn't really like anybody else, but she was like, oh, I'm real into Ryan. He's a good dude. And then all of a sudden, something happened. I don't know what. But she will see him, from a long distance away, and she will, she's, calling for Jesus at this point. She is hissing and growling, and the noises that come out of her body when Ryan is even near, she senses his presence. She's like, he's near. And it's the end. I don't understand it, but...
And I've tried to fix that. I've tried to, make peace with her, and it's just not working.
You also try to make it worse, though, by running at her, directly at her.
I know, she charges me, so I charge her back.
She does charge you, though. It's kind of scary, because she looks at you in the eyes. She doesn't just look in your direction. She's looking into you. And she's like, come near me, and I will knife you. And it's like,
there's that very rare day that she'll come up to me, and, she'll be all right. And then she'll just turn on me.
Giddy's licking her ass right now.
Nice. PS5.
Yeah, we'll get there in a minute.
Yeah, I just keep on throwing that out there.
What else? What else is going on? Not a lot. It's raining.
Restrictions are being lifted early next month.
I've talked about that so many times this week.
Well, I haven't.
But no, that didn't come across sarcastically, but it wasn't. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I didn't elaborate at all on that.
No.
Yep. The restrictions are, they're not being lifted, are they? They're being eased.
But it's not like a small ease. They're definitely, there's only one more step after this, and that's just going somewhat back to normal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I say somewhat.
I said this on the Josh Robinson show yesterday. I want us to be ahead of the curve, and I want us to be like, yeah, okay, you can do this, but I also don't want to be too ahead of the curve where it's like, you did it too soon and now we're fucked. But until they open borders, as in state to state, that's when I'll start to, that should be the 100% very last thing that we do.
Well, that's actually what, our, I guess,
state
leader,
state
leader, he has said
that's not right. You don't call them state leaders, do you?
Well, he is. He's
state. They have a name. State minister? No, not minister. Let me look it up. State.
But anyway, he's so New South Wales pitched to him saying, "Hey, you want to open up your borders to us?" And he didn't budge and said, "I'm not opening it up for anyone until pretty much the rest of Australia is 100%."
He's the premier.
Yeah.
The premier. That's right.
Yeah.
The South Australian premier, Stephen Marshall.
Yeah, he said, I'm not opening up borders until the rest of Australia is 100% because he doesn't want to jeopardize, South Australia's hard work.
Same with Queensland. They're like, get wrecked. New South Wales and Victoria, get out of here. You ain't coming in here because we don't want COVID. Which is a good thing. We should all be doing that, and we should all be like, the country should be COVID free before.
Exactly.
And it is possible because South Australia is COVID free.
Yeah.
We have no active cases. So if everyone can do it, it is possible. New Zealand have basically communally eliminated COVID out of their country. So
yeah, they were mad.
And I think they're in talks about we'll be able to travel to New Zealand if we wanted to, and vice versa. She's a real good prime minister. I'm a big fan of Jacinta, I think her name is. Something like that. She owns it. She's like, get wrecked.
As soon as there's one major problem.
Ooh, bitch. She's the those horrible shootings in like Christchurch, and she was like,
Yeah.
"Fine, no more guns," and then they haven't had a shooting since. So she's
Yeah,
just like, and it did. She wasted no time. It was like a day after. She's like, "Hand in your guns, see
yeah,
ya," and she's like,
that quick.
"Yeah, she's all about it." And she's eliminated a fucking virus out of her country. So she's basically Superwoman.
Yeah, it's a leader that her country is listening to and will
it's a
follow.
leader that leads.
Yeah.
That's all a leader has got to do, essentially, is just lead and have the right have the right team around them, because I guess it's not all one person. I mean, I have no clue what it's like to be a prime minister or a president. I would be awful in that situation. I can't make a decision. I'd be like, no, I'd be like, like that Vine? You remember that Vine of that
Yeah.
little boy? That'd be
Yeah.
me. I'd be like, oh no, that everyone, surely people that like Vine will know exactly what Vine I'm talking about. He says like he can't get the sentence out and he just
Yeah.
makes noises,
Yeah.
which is essentially what any of my podcasts are. Cool. I just ribbed myself. I just owned myself.
Wow. Like, I
Fucking
felt bad
Jesus.
for you, and you're the one who said it to yourself.
I am that kind of tired where I'm overtired, but also like I look like a raccoon because I have giant dark circles, but I'm also making absolutely no sense. That's me right now. I don't know if I'm mad at it though. I can't hate it.
I wouldn't be.
The grind, the grind. Cool. Is that the end of the episode?
I think so. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
PS5.
Rate this podcast. PS5 stars.
No. Yeah, nah. Cutting it short.
Bazoomer. That's what I just said. Bazoomer. I went to say Bazinga, and I said Bazoomer. Bazoomer. Remember Bazinga? Remember The Big Bang Theory? That show was the same ever since season 3. That show was just the same thing. I'm smart. You're dumb. Let's go for 12 seasons and make a butt ton of money. Can't hate them, but I mean, I liked the first few seasons of that show. I was like, this is revolutionary. What a great fucking sitcom. And then it just was, it was the same episode every time. And I'm like, I've seen all of them now. It doesn't matter. But do you? Sheldon is an overrated character, and I'm not even going to be mad. I just said that. I think he's overrated.
Least favorite.
Yeah, he was like that in that show, in that setting. I liked what's his name? Not
Jew?
No, the Indian guy.
Oh, Raj.
Yeah, the one that didn't talk around women. I was like, I like you. You're a good time. Mainly because he shut the fuck up for most of it.
That's
Sheldon
what you like.
was just like, I'm smart. Look at me. It's like, shut your mouth. And
I know
everyone was
everything.
like, I love Sheldon. Sheldon's so great. It's like, yeah, okay, granted, it was better than the dude he lived with, whatever his name was. The other main dude. I don't know his name. The one that dated Penny for a little while.
Yeah, and then they're off and on like a light switch.
And he was like so annoying, and it was like, this is just Ross and Rachel. Like, you're just trying to emulate that, and it's not working. But whatever. Cool. Let's talk about the PlayStation 5. That's what we're here to talk about today, is the PlayStation 5, because it seems like every other day I see something about the PlayStation 5. I don't know about you, but I do.
Well, yeah, I do. I try to keep up with it, but
and
I mean,
the
it's always
Xbox,
just...
by the way. I'm not completely hating on that thing. I
it's
see
a war.
both of it. Yeah, but at the end of the fucking day, Ryan, I say this all the time. They're the same.
Oh, they are.
They're the same thing. They do we have the same games on them, essentially. They do the same thing, and really, there's not, unless you're like analyzing them as like a true, like, you're going through every little thing. They're basically the same machine. To a casual person, no one's going to know the difference.
Well, yeah, in some ways, you are right.
Okay, riddle me it. Go on, school me.
I mean, I guess the biggest argument with, well, not the biggest argument, one of the common arguments I know of with both consoles are the exclusive titles for each console. So you have
Crash?
Well, not anymore, because they decided to put Crash over onto Xbox anyway, so it's no longer exclusive. but it used to
Oh,
be.
okay, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like, oh, PlayStation used to just have a crash, and then Xbox had like Gears of War or Halo, and they used to fight with those types of games. But now all games are just kind of just going over to other consoles.
Mm.
So there's not really much of a war left. It's just about what you really, I guess, prefer in ways of.
I honestly,
I don't even know anymore.
it used to be
It's
when I got when we went from a that PS3 Xbox 360 over to the generation we're on now. I just got whatever my friends got. So if my
yeah,
friends had a PS4, that's what I was going to get, or vice versa. I actually originally got an Xbox One, and then none of my friends did. But now, in this sense, I don't really do online gaming, really. I'm not really big into online gaming, and
yeah.
also I have no friends. So, I will honestly probably just go to a PlayStation 5 because I'm on a PlayStation 4 now, so why not just
Yeah.
continue? But I was on, it's not like I'm anti-Xbox. I had a 360. It was lit.
I'm both. I'm a lover of both consoles and both brands. I have original Xbox, Xbox 360, and the Xbox One. I've got a PlayStation One up to the PlayStation 4, and I've never really had sides. I'd be like, I'd play like PlayStation for a long period of time, then jump over to play Xbox for a long period of time. So I'm an all-rounder. Um, if I was to pick a controller, I'd enjoy holding a Xbox controller over the PlayStation one just because the chunky feel of it is a lot more comfortable with my huge hands.
Can't relate. I have small little
Yeah.
hands, and I feel more comfortable in a PlayStation controller only because that's what I had a PlayStation always as a kid.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
it's familiar to me. But PlayStation controllers are so fucking flimsy. They break so easily.
They
Holy
are, yeah.
shit.
Always
And now
when I
they're
get
like
angry.
all the games, like anyway, like controllers are so like extra now. Like
Yeah.
what the honestly, if I'm speaking just purely from opinion here, but that touchpad on the middle of a PlayStation 4 controller is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's
I don't.
useless.
It's used in some games for like quick motion,
But
no,
like
quick
but
time
it's
events.
not needed. You know what I
Not
mean? It's just
really.
like an extra little thing that's like,
You can
cool. I don't really
take
need
that
you.
away.
Yeah, it doesn't
Another
matter.
Another thing I had to quickly get used to when I first got the PS4 was they took away the start button, added an options button and a share button.
And a share button instead of select for
Yeah,
some
uh,
reason.
I get where they come from. It's easier to like capture your gameplay real quick because you just have to hit share and then say like share save the clip or photo or whatever. But yeah, when I first got the PS4, that was hard to get used to. And then as you said, the touchpad I didn't really find much use for, except for sometimes when I use a keyboard on the PlayStation, you can use that to, I guess, as the mouse pad. But
Yeah, like when they replace it with the buttons with the options and sure. Oh my god, the options and sure button. Imagine, do you believe?
see,
And you just every time you
if I
click it,
said the song.
and it's sure. I don't
Oh
know.
man,
Do you say share or sure? Sure, share. Maybe I'll say
uh,
share. Actually, now that I think about it,
yeah, share,
share.
yeah, share, isn't it? Are we wrong?
I guess it's like,
DM her now on Twitter and ask her.
yeah, DM share. Sure. See, I want to say
Share,
share. I feel it's share. Because
share.
she might say it differently, and I guess she would have, control over the way her name's said. I
I don't
guess.
know.
She's in that
Majority.
terrible movie Stuck on You. That movie is so bad. It has Matt Damon in it, and it's so bad. Anyone, don't Matt Damon. It's so bad, that movie. It's like these people that are conjoined together and shares in it for some reason.
Oh, of
And I don't
course.
know why. And it's in like the early 2000s, and like it's so horrible. My non-recommendation of the week is to not watch the movie Stuck on You. It's so bad. It's just the worst. Anyway, when they replaced those buttons, a little part of me, like kid Josh, died because I'm like, no, it's the start and select
Yeah,
button. Even though the
yeah.
select button really fucking did nothing when you actually think about it. I don't remember amount of it. Like, I can't really recall anything that I was like, Yeah, you have to use select in this game. I don't think.
Yeah.
On the old controls, anyway.
Yeah, and even with the old PS2 games that they brought in the PlayStation
Yeah,
Store, you
they've
got to use a touchpad,
touchpad
and that threw me. Like, I was sitting there playing around with the controller for ages,
on
like,
Grand Theft Auto San
yeah, I'm
Andreas when
like,
you're
how
trying
do
to
I
get to the
pause?
damn map. I'm
Yeah,
like,
and
how do
then
I pause this damn game? And then you got to
yeah,
touch this big bitch.
yeah. That was like the last thing I touched out of like even looking it up. I had to eventually look it up, and yeah, I never would have guessed that it was a touchpad, and I don't understand why they had to do that. You could have just
Me
had
either.
the options and shares at the start. It's like it's not that hard, but nope, they decided to.
Yeah, cool. What were we? Okay, let's get on to. So, obviously, the PlayStation and Xbox Series X have been kind of like. Well, we've been waiting for this for a while because there's a big gap between. There's never been this big of a gap between two generations of consoles, I don't think.
No, not this big.
So we've been everyone's like, when is it coming out? When is it coming out? I think did the Xbox get announced first or the PlayStation?
Um,
I feel like it was the PlayStation, but I am probably really wrong. Trying to
no, I
find it.
reckon I think Microsoft got to their
Microsoft.
announcement first.
Well, Microsoft, you little sneaky devils. But it wasn't that far in between, was it?
No, it wasn't that. They just got it by like I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they did first because I remember seeing um memes about how the Xbox was going to look, how it's just going to be, or still is. It's like a giant tower.
Yeah, but have you seen what apparently the PlayStation 5 is going to look like, or is that fake? I feel like everything's
Um,
fake.
yeah,
To be honest.
I don't usually take. I've seen the design of the controller. I
Yeah,
think that one's set, and
I
I'm
didn't
not mad
love
about
that.
it.
It's very
I th-
big,
I'd rather that than the
flimsy
uh,
bitch. Yeah,
yeah, I don't hate the design of or the feel of the PlayStation 4 controller. It was just I think the only thing is just a little bit too like wide. It's too stretched out.
same. So like, I'm just looking up like different things. It's got like all these custom shit. I know the first thing that everyone kind of seen was the fact that hasn't been confirmed yet, but backward compatibility. I personally hope it is at least PS4 games because I have a lot of PS4 games and I just want to be able to run them all on one system instead of having multiple systems set up. But realistically, I don't think they're going to be able to put backwards compatibility in for older than PS4, to be completely honest. But what do you think about backwards compatibility and how do you think it's important?
Yes, I think it is. There's always been backwards compatibility with um
Not with a
it,
PS4.
well, technically with
You can't.
PS2 games,
Yeah,
you
but you
can say
can't.
it's
You
can't
can't.
chuck the disc in. I
No.
know.
Just like I want to be able to use my old games and put them into one system, and it just all runs off the same thing. That's all I want to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I think backwards compatibility is a big thing. It would definitely, win them some points because Xbox done it. Xbox One, they done it with a bunch of Xbox 360 games.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I reckon if PlayStation want to catch up, they definitely would want to add in that feature because obviously if Xbox can do it, then they want to match it and do it themselves.
Uh huh.
Unless they will fall behind, I feel, with trying to get ahead of the war.
Yeah, they want to be ahead of Xbox at the end of the day. So another thing that I think is something that stands out to me for someone that's not really like a tech junkie, but I know a little bit about it, is the fact that this console is going to have an SSD, which is something that is 100% needed if you're going to advance at all in any kind of gaming capacity.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone was kind of assuming that they're going to have an SSD, but this has got like apparently a custom SSD, has a specialized SSD, I should say. I'm just kind of reading on the Wikipedia page at this point. So,
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's so many rumors, and Wikipedia is not the worst thing in the world, I don't think. Because I know it's editable, but a lot of people do take shit out. But it's got, like, a custom, it's got, like, everyone's kind of seen the demo they kind of showed off of Tomb Raider, and it looks bitchin', let's be honest.
Oh, it does. The attention to detail and obviously a tech demo is just usually something that's thrown together just to like show off mostly the graphics side and like a little bit of what it can show is in like ways of movement of characters and just gameplay in general. And I mean, when I watched the video of it, I was like focusing on something even as little as a rock, like, rolling down just like a little slope, and the details were just mind blowing of how like far they've gotten and where they're going to even start off with a new console and where they're going to end up. Because as I was telling you before we started recording, anything that they start off with a console will be seen as shit compared to where we'll see them in 2 to 3 years time from there.
Bitch, can you imagine a Grand Theft Auto game on one of them? Holy balls.
Yeah.
Open world gaming, I've said this before, I'll say it again, is my favorite kind of gaming other than the masterpiece of 2K20, WWE 2K20. Of course, everything I mean is beneath that game because it's a masterpiece. But even like games like sporting games always look really dope on new consoles.
Yeah.
And the fact that presumably this is all Q4 2020, so holiday release, it'll be around November that usually these come out. They come out just before Christmas so everyone can scrape up their money to buy it for their kids for Christmas time. That's pretty standard marketing. And they usually release pretty much at the same time. It's usually only a month or two apart that Xbox and PlayStation release, usually. So, by the end of the year, we should be able to buy these. The apparent price is $500 USD, so that would probably be around $600 our money.
Yeah.
Which isn't, I don't know, for something like this when it's brand new, that seems pretty standard to me.
A potential title that I'm not sure you might be thinking of, but it will hit close to you would be the next WWE 2K game. Could be released for PS5.
They're not putting that on PS5, let's be honest. It's 2K. They don't give a fuck. They don't. They don't care about that kind of stuff. They'll release that shit for PS4. It'll be an arcade little fun game. And then 2K22 will be on PS5 and Xbox Series X. That's how I see it anyway. I reckon that's why a big reason why they're not releasing it. Yes, the game was broken, but I think they could have still been talked into doing 2K21 if the consoles weren't so close. They would all have them in their hands, like those developer like consoles that they give to companies. So they'd be working on that game and NBA and all of that and any kind of game. Grand Theft Auto 6 will not come out on a PlayStation 4, you would assume.
No.
They'll be waiting
at least
a
I
couple
hope
years.
not.
Well, they would have announced that. You know how Rockstar are. They announce games like fucking 3 years ahead. And then it gets delayed 14 times, and then it comes out. But, I mean, those games are great when they come out. I've talked about that before. Back to PlayStation 5. More focusing on PlayStation 5 than Xbox, only because that's what I'm buying, and it's my fucking network, so I don't want to talk about the other one. And I can't be bothered looking it up. You're the tech boy. You're the one that's more into all these words like a custom AMD GPU capable of ray tracing. What does that mean?
So it's pretty much going to be super fast. Everything's just going to be super fast in the console. Your loading screens will probably be cut down to next to nothing, and unless the game or the developers make it shit. But with everything going right, by what I've seen of specs wise, I think the PS5 is just going to be a fast ass console, and to what I hope, and I hope that Sony gets it right, that after a year of having the console, it's not going to sound like a plane taking off.
Oh my god, my poor PS4. You run Red Dead Redemption 2 in that thing, and it's like, here comes fucking NASA. It's
Yeah.
so loud. I always think it's going to blow up, but it's not. It just means it's the fans working, to be completely honest. It's just cooling it
Yeah.
down. But it's loud. It is very
It's
loud.
so loud. It sounds like there's a bigger fan than what it is.
Okay, so I'm going to read out a bunch of words, and I don't know what they mean, but it might mean something to people that are listening, and it might mean something to you, Ryan. The PlayStation 5 uses AMD 7nm Zen 2 micro... oh, man. I can't even read that. Micro-architectural with 8 CPU cores running at a variable frequency capped at 3.5 GHz. What does that mean?
There was some words in there I don't even think I've even heard of.
It
I've
just
kind of fallen out of the
eight
spec game a little bit.
CPU cores means that it's running.
Oh, that's
That means
wait.
that means it's running 8 different. It's like running 8. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Someone listening to this will know what that means, and they'll be
Yeah.
like getting a fucking boner over it. So we'll let them. What's the difference between a CPU and a GPU? Because I'm seeing all these. I don't know. You obviously don't know either.
Yeah, I've definitely haven't looked up this stuff. I used to be all about this, and then I just stopped, and I kind of hate
So
myself for a little
basically, the
bit.
custom SSD storage solution was designed for the PlayStation 5 to increase data input-output rates for fast loading times and larger bandwidth, which is something that I will say that is bad in the PlayStation 4 is their bandwidth. That shit doesn't download very fast. It doesn't support very intense streaming at all. So, and also something that I don't know is will probably be more important in the next few years to come is the fact that it's supporting up to 8K resolution, which is not something we're only really just getting into 4K like televisions and stuff, but you know, in the next 4 or 5 years, 8K will be what everybody is gunning for. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the Xbox is pretty much doing the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's kind of cool. I
I
think.
just read.
Go
Oh, sorry.
on.
I just
No,
read
go
a
on.
statement here from Sony saying PS5 will be an evolution for gaming sound.
Oh yeah, I was saying that before, and I was
Yeah,
like,
you.
they want to be a evolution in sound, which is something that I said to you before we were chatting. Was
Yeah,
that
that's
I honestly think gaming is really behind when it comes to sound. And I think it's something that they can improve on. I'm glad that Sony have come out and said that. And they're a fucking juggernaut. So is Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft is huge. They should pay a little bit more attention to sound because I feel like that's something where they're both
they both
behind.
lack. Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe not behind. Maybe just outdated. Maybe that's what I should say. I mean, it was what the PlayStation 4 came out in like 2013, 14,
Yeah, it's been
13.
a while.
So it's been a long time. That's a long time for technology to pass you by. So, I mean, hopefully they get that right. We talked about the controller before, so we don't need to talk about that. Now, what is your opinion on... you kind of mentioned about, like, the difference with, like, exclusive titles and stuff like that. Do you think that's always something that's going to be... I mean, even... It used to be a lot more prominent. You'd have games that you could only buy on Xbox. You'd have games that you could only buy on PlayStation 4. You'd have games that you can only buy on Nintendo. Now, with Nintendo, they're a little bit like... The Switch is technically the first of this generation of consoles, isn't it? Technically?
Yeah.
But Nintendo always release their stuff a couple years ahead of PlayStation and Microsoft. But they're a little bit like on the outskirts in the terms of like... I don't know. Nintendo, while they have obviously stuff, you have a Switch and you love it, but I feel like Nintendo is geared more for kids.
Yeah, I would say that. I've noticed with even the Switch, there's a lot more ported games.
Yeah, I've
Like
noticed
they've
that too, and
imported
they don't work.
huge title of games over. Yeah, I got what was it? 2K WWE 2K18.
Oh, that thing was
Nah,
worse than 20. And
yeah,
20's bad.
I got it just because it was broken, and I wanted a broken ass
It's
game for
so
a
bad.
console.
There's no way they should have released that. But
No,
not to even go on wrestling stuff, but I don't own a Switch, but I've seen a lot of stuff about people like this game doesn't work on this port because the Switch it's a different beast. It's a different animal. The Switch is, I don't know. I've played your Switch and I've played other people's Switches, and I've always said that I'm not a huge fan of them.
which is fair.
I love
Uh,
the Wii. The Wii was great. The Wii U
oh,
was awful.
that was a juggernaut. The Wii was a juggernaut
The Wii was
in its
so
own.
good. Do you know the first ever game other than Wii Sports that I ever owned on Wii was? Shrek the Third.
Oh hell yeah!
That's what I got with my Wii that I bought from Kmart. And it was like Shrek the Third and of course Wii Sports. And I mean Wii Sports is like the greatest game ever.
Oh,
Let's be a do do
by
do
far.
do 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 do. That was a terrible, 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 terrible attempt at that song. That was so bad, but I don't care.
Now we have to live with it.
But Wii Sports, legendary. Absolutely legendary. That is a great launch title. Now, speaking of launch titles, if you were to put your goggles on and have a look into Holiday 2020, what is something from the PlayStation 5 that you want at launch, or you've heard that maybe it will be launching with the next generation of PlayStation?
I've heard a couple of rumors of possible launch titles, but what would I want as a launch title personally?
What are these rumors? I don't know.
Well, there's a game. Was it Ghost of something? Ghost of Tsushima. It's a game that's already out for PS4, and apparently that was rumored to be a launch title for the PS5. So, whether they're going to remaster that for that, but that's just pointless. I see. Well, actually, I don't see it, but I was kind of hoping for GTA 6 to be a launch title because that'd be massive.
That's not happening
for PS4. But in saying that, that means it would be for the Xbox as well.
And that's not happening. No
so
way.
It's gonna be. I guess the point of launch titles is they're gonna be exclusive because it's gotta
and they've also got to show off all the features. If you remember, I remember getting a PlayStation 3, and remember when the big hype with the PlayStation 3 was that you could move your controller around, it had motion sensor?
Yeah.
I had like a motorbike game. Or like an off-road car game, and it used the motion sensor. Now, motion sensor is not something I'm into anymore, personally. I don't care for it.
Yeah, no.
It was the talk of the town with the Wii and then PlayStation. And did Xbox get into motion sensor? I guess with the Kinect, but I mean, controller-wise, they didn't, did they?
No,
not
really.
I mean, the Kinect was a thing. But that's just a predecessor of iToy. To be
honest. Yeah. It all started with iToy.
iToy was the shit when you could just sit there and you could wash the windows, and it was the greatest thing ever. And oh my god, when I'm cleaning windows, it was the best thing ever. And the dancing games, and then everything. That's really where the Wii kind of come from.
Yeah, it all started the motion sensor. Well, I don't think it did, but
iToy was the best, and the Kung Fu one.
Oh, the Kung Fu one was my favorite.
And you could hit them, and they'd hit the screen, and it was like the best thing ever. And the camera was absolutely trash in it. But at the time, I remember getting it for Christmas one year, and I could have shat my pants. I think I may have. Like, it could have been a thing that happened. We'll confirm that, but why wouldn't you? But yeah, I don't know where we're going with this conversation. Oh, PS5, that's what we're meant to be talking. Whatever. Launch titles, that's what we were talking about. So I don't know any rumors. Obviously, you don't know too many other than that game, which I don't think they will do that. But I couldn't imagine. It has to be something that shows off its features, which it's hard to tell from what they've really announced.
Well, maybe this so-called tech demo is a potential launch title.
Tomb
Raider? Why wouldn't it be?
Is it Tomb Raider? That is Tomb Raider, right? Yeah.
No, it isn't Tomb Raider.
I thought it was Tomb Raider.
It could. Maybe they will have Tomb Raider as a launch title, but no, they've got Tomb Raider for Xbox as well.
Yeah, but but either that demo was Tomb Raider, right?
No, I don't think it was.
Yeah, you've just let me go on and said Tomb Raider so many times earlier in the episode, and you didn't even say anything, and you made me look like an idiot. I thought it was Tomb Raider. I just assumed it looked like it was a girl, and I was like, oh, it must be Tomb Raider.
No, I think it was just a.
A random
I'm
thing?
Yeah, I'm just looking it up now. It's definitely not Tomb Raider.
Oh, nice. Well,
It's just a
I'm an idiot.
random put together character
Oh, nice. I'm
to
just a
show off the
complete.
Unreal
Oh,
Engine 5.
yes. I'm just a complete idiot. Awesome. Thanks for that. You could have at
It's
least
a
gave me a heads
Tomb.
up.
It's like a Tomb Raider like game.
Exactly. So I wasn't completely stupid.
Well, to be honest, that's what I thought you were going for. I didn't actually know you were meaning that it was Tomb Raider.
Whatever. The control has USB-C,
Oh, wicked.
which means a higher rated battery and an audio jack.
Oh, so you
You can plug your Beats into it. How good.
can do that with a PS4 controller.
But doesn't it have that noise in it, or am I just silly?
What noise?
It has like a weird like ringing, doesn't it? Maybe that's just in my own head.
That's 100% in your
Um.
own head.
Okay. What else do we? Is there anything else you want to touch on the PlayStation 5 or even the Xbox?
Um, yeah, I want to see more Halo for Xbox.
I've never played Halo.
Oh, you have missed out.
I don't know. I'm not
Not
really
so
big
much
into
the later
first.
Halo games.
I'm not really into first-person shooters, to be honest.
You, my friend, are a
Not your
disappointment.
friend. Don't call me your friend. we are
You,
not. We
my
are not
podcast
friends. We are
co-host.
not friends. Okay. I don't want anyone to get a weird idea that we're friends. Disgusting.
Wow.
Um.
No, I
We both
reckon.
did ums at the same time.
Wow.
Um.
Wait,
Um.
let's see.
It's like when I first started a podcast. And
Yeah,
I
no,
talked really quiet. Hey, my
you're
name's
more into
Josh.
like Farming Simulator, aren't you?
That
That's
game. My
that's more
God.
your
My
shit.
sugar canes are like fucking thriving, okay? So I might play some of that before I go to bed tonight because I gotta harvest my corn. No, I'm not kidding. It's like fucking
You
Farmville.
said that last time I seen you. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well,
It,
Mike, I have more than one field of corn. What do you think? I'm some kind of idiot that has one field? No, I have multiple fields of corn, and then I have some sugar canes that I'm growing. And I'm gonna buy a new tractor today because I've got some more money. So I'm gonna upgrade my tractor because I've only got the shit like tractor that you get when you first start. Because I drove my tractor into a river by accident, and I got
how?
because I was driving and I was honestly texting like real life, and then like I was texting and still moving on the thing, and then I was like, oh my God, my tractor's in the water, and then obviously you can't swim in that game, and then I lost my tractor. So I had to have like the original tractor, and now I'm upgrading to another tractor.
Oh my god,
So
something just
what?
sorry, it just popped into my head. Well, it didn't pop into my head. It was more uh in one of my like tabs is the new Assassin's Creed.
It popped
New
into my head,
I don't know why I
or
said
more
popped into my
so,
head.
it's just in my tabs that I
I don't know
happen
why I
to.
said popped into my head. Look, I'm tired too. You're not the only one.
Yeah, well,
Um, no, the new Assassin's Creed game, Valhalla.
I've never played
That
Assassin's Creed either.
God, why do I even do this show with you?
I don't know.
Why am I associated with you?
I don't know. Um, you made me think
Yeah,
about
that
Farming Simulator, and now I like can't stop.
what were you thinking
If
about?
it's like I hate when I boot up that game and something's dead or something's eaten it, and it's like, oh God, because I have like animals and stuff. I have like livestock. I go and buy them. I thought it was a slaughterhouse when I first went there. I'm like, oh my God, am I going to buy dead pigs? But they're alive and they just live in my barn and they
And
eat
then you
stuff.
kill them.
No, I'm not killing them. Absolutely
Why not?
not. I hit
You
one
want
with a
that bacon?
tractor, but your tractor bounces off of them.
You want some bacon?
It's wrecked.
Need to kill pigs for bacon.
Listen, let's not get all the people that don't eat meat not to listen to this show because it's each to their own. I could see why people don't eat meat. I guess that's a conversation
That's
for
fair.
another day.
You know what?
But I definitely could see why you don't eat meat. But I don't eat anything else but chicken.
That's their choice, and I'm not going to force them
To
into
be
it.
fair, it's not like I'm eating all the animals. I'm just eating chicken. Because that's all I eat is chicken. I don't eat red meat
Hell yeah.
because yuck. Red meat is feral. Yuck. It's so boring and like I just hate it. Except chops. I'll eat lamb. That's red meat, but like it has
Oh,
to be
yeah.
hella.
Yeah,
I'm
red
one of
meat.
those people, everybody. Everyone's gonna get hella fucking salty over this, but I only like red meat when it's well done. And I'd
Nice.
rather it burnt
The only
than
way to have it.
at all pink. That's disgusting. I can't stand it. I don't want my animals to be alive when they're on my plate. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Anyway,
I hit a soft spot there.
we went in a different direction. But yeah, go and spend all your money on one of the new systems when they come out. Buy yourself a Christmas present, everybody, or get someone to buy it for you, because more the merrier. I mean, I'm just more so worried. My main thing is backwards compatibility. That is my number one thing on the top of the list for anything. I just want to be able to put in a PlayStation 1 disc and play it on my PlayStation 5. Is that too hard to ask, Sony? Probably is, but
Yeah, it is.
But I want to, because I just want to able to not have to have multiple things plugged in. I just want to be able to have it all in one system, and I want to be able to just use it for that. Okay? And then I'll give you $600.
They're like listening. They'll be listening to this. Like,
Well,
all right, we need to
obviously.
get this done.
Obviously, a lot of celebrities listen to my shows.
Yeah, like who?
Well, whenever I do any wrestling shows, I know they're all listening. Obviously, they sit in the locker room and they listen together.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Yeah, exactly. So shut your ass. Anything else you want to mention? I guess I said my number one selling point for me is backwards compatibility. That isn't a joke. It actually is. I know with not PlayStation 1 games, but at least I want to be able to play my PlayStation 4 games on it, and by putting the disc in. What's your number one selling point in buying a PlayStation 5?
Quite a fan.
That's fair. That's honestly
happy.
fair. Because
I don't... when I'm playing online and I'm playing with people and my PlayStation decides to scream in pain, and that I get the same old, what's that sound? It's like, well, it's my PlayStation getting ready to take off. I got to buckle in my seatbelt and off I go.
Yeah, it is loud. I know Ryan sounds like he's being sarcastic, but he is actually being serious. It is. I get it as well. I don't like that noise either. Just for the fact it sounds like it's going to explode. Like literally, it's going to explode, but it never has.
No,
fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I've never upgraded. I've only had the same PS4 since 2013.
Yeah, I've got my first one.
Usually, I had 2 PS3s, 2 Xbox 360s. I had like 4 PlayStation 2s because I kept stepping on the little slim ones. I had a silver one, a black one. I had Shaylee's pink one for a little while, and then I had another silver one. You know the slim ones, and they were flimsy. I mean, PlayStation 2 is my favorite console ever, but those bitches were flimsy.
Yeah, they were. I like the big chunky
fuck
ones.
Off ones. Yeah. Like, I'm a PlayStation 2 bitch, and I'm big.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the noise when you start off PlayStation 2. Oh, iconic. So that word's a bit triggering. Ooh.
Like, sends chills up your spine.
No, I don't like that word at the moment. We don't need to say that. Talk about more of that tomorrow when I have a nice fucking cry over that I word that I don't want to say. I
get you now.
I will I guess continue, of course, to rate this podcast 5 stars on iTunes, Apple Podcasts. I always say iTunes, but I guess it's technically Apple Podcasts. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Leave a review. It does actually help. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff on the YouTubes. I will be, now that I have my new stuff, I will be soon back on Twitch, finishing off until dawn. So get ready for that. Also, me and the lovely Mags will be doing pay-per-view prediction shows every single month. Before we did Money in the Bank on Twitch, we're going to do Backlash. We'll probably do NXT TakeOver in your house. That's coming up in a couple weeks. I ain't doing AEW because I don't know what's going on, and it just doesn't seem right to talk about something that I have absolutely no idea what's happening and show little to no interest in. So
that's fair enough. Keep the content pure.
Yeah, I'm not just doing it to do it. So Mags is already fully on board to do that every month. So we're going to do that, everybody. Ryan, you don't do anything but this show, but anything you want to plug?
At the moment? Nah, just, come join us every week on Wednesdays.
And follow Ryan on Twitter, although he's never fucking on it.
I'm on it, but I'm in the shadows.
Are you lurking? Oh, you're lurking. You're lurking. Do you do that on Twitch streams? Just out of curiosity.
Sometimes, yes, I do
Oh my
actually.
god, no. I'm one of those people that have to announce when I'm in a stream. I'm like,
Oh,
hello.
really?
Yes. Unless they seem like absolute ass wipes, I leave. But I'm like, hello, how are you? I can't lurk. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't know why. I'm not
Okay.
a lurker. No shade to anyone that is a lurker. That's your thing. You do
Yeah,
you.
what the hell?
But I'm not a lurker. I can't do it. I have to be like, I have arrived and I am here. Hello.
You're the one who makes a lot of noise. You're kicking the
Yeah,
doors.
I'm like, hello, hello, hello. Please interact with me. But then I understand lurking because a lot of people do it when they come into my streams, and each to their own. To be completely honest, I'm not.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm not.
Sorry.
What's
I
wrong?
was just on Twitter and I was just seeing I got 26 followers.
Oh my god, I'm
I
nearly
am
at
booming.
4K. Everybody, I said this on the Josh Robinson show yesterday. Holy crap, guys! At 4K, I will do a giveaway. I'm not kidding. I don't know what I'm going to give away yet, but I will do a giveaway at 4K. It feels like an accomplishment. It is a little bit to stroke my own ego, and I don't care, but I'm at 3,926. At 4K, I will not only, I promise Queen that I will do the Savage Dance on TikTok, and it will be an abomination. I will do that, and I'll do a giveaway. So get me to 4K, everybody.
But before you make it to that, for stealing my spotlight, I'm going to break the spotlight, grab a shard of glass from it, and stab you.
Oh my, Ryan, oh my god.
You took
Jesus.
spotlight away from me. I was getting excited for 26 followers, and then
Well, maybe if you're a little more interactive on Twitter. Hello.
Hey, look, I barely even do it, and boom, 26 followers.
26 followers. You do you, though. Honestly,
Do you
I'm
remember
not.
when you were at that much?
No.
Oh.
It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. Listen, I'm slow. All of the people that I interact with are at more than me. I got to get there.
That's fair.
I will. And also TikTok update. I haven't done one of them this week. Ryan, the last time we talked, well, not the last time, a couple weeks ago, remember when I told you I was at like 105 followers?
Yeah.
I'm at 232.
Oh, you're getting
My
there.
TikTok is expanding, okay? So I don't mean to brag or anything, but it's happening. I know it will happen, and I'm determined. I don't like my job. I make it very obvious that I don't like my job. I hope one day my boss listens to this podcast.
Which will still be never.
Which will be never. I don't even think she knows my name. So I don't like you, job. And I would much prefer to be, I would much prefer to be on TikTok.
You'll make it.
One day. Yeah. You want to say goodbye?
I do. I want to say goodbye. That was it.
Lovely. All right, everybody. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Love your life. Toodles.